I have no courage. I have no self-esteem. I have no nothing. Nothing. That's my starting point. Now we can move from there. Interview for a job. We've had several of them in our lives. What did you do the night before that job, weeks before the job interview? You knew you had it. You prepared you had a bowl out for your oatmeal, your cereal, whatever you had in the morning time. Your coffee cup was out. Your clothes were laid out. You studied, you rehearsed, you were ready. You brought your best self. You were going to war with yourself because you wanted that interviewer to see your best self.
Success is one thing that you are going to have to put tons of time, energy, and effort into. It's not going to come easy, and if it does, you won't truly become successful. So many people that claim they're trying to achieve success do just that. Try to claim that that's what they're trying to do. So many people go out there and say what they want to do, yet they never actually make any motion or movement towards their goal. They just stay stationary and they talk about it all the time. They say they want to do this, they claim they want to do that, but in actuality, they never ever make a movement forward, never step forward with the pursuit of their goals, or their dreams, or their aspirations. They stay stationary, they stay stuck, but they talk the talk, so they sound like they know what they're doing, but they have never started the journey. And that's one of the hardest things that you can possibly do, is start the journey. Starting and putting a foot forward is going to be one of the hardest things that you will do on your pathway to success, because beginning something new is incredibly challenging. How do I start? Where do I start? What do I need to start? It's all these questions just about starting. And once you get going, once you start moving and going forward, you're just going to fall in place, fall into line, and figure it out as you go. But you can't figure it out as you go if you don't start. So that's one of the hardest things that people are going to have to learn and figure out how to do, is just begin. But once you start, it's going to be an absolute adventure. It's going to be one of the best or worst things that's ever going to happen to your life, but you have to realize it'll all be worth it in the end.
You know what? Because first of all, it does set you free mentally, and it gives you a starting point. You have to have the truth to have a starting point. So when you, like, if I'm lying to you about who I am, or I'm lying to you about whatever, there's no starting point. There's a false reality. You have to create the real reality. I got some of the worst advice of all time. That advice was to blend in. Don't stand out. Make sure that, if they don't volunteer for anything, don't do any of that, exceeding the expectations, trying to be your best. And that mentality right there is exactly what keeps you at mediocre level. What if? A lot of times I'll be in a 200-mile run or something like that, and I'm all jacked up. Body's broken, mind's broken, spirit's broken. When I first walked into the Navy SEAL recruiter's office, he looked at me and said, there's only been 35 African Americans in 70 years make it through. You know what I said to myself? I believe in winning the battle against yourself. People say, why do you say that? Because there's a lot of things you can control. When you wake up and talk about making your bed, make your bed, make sure your house is clean, make sure you get your breakfast, make sure you shower, shave, whatever you're doing, control that. Don't hit the snooze button. All these things are very important. That's been told a lot of times. Why don't you hit the snooze button? Because you wake up already failing. On thin ice, we're telling people the truth. A lot of people come up to me, talk about their loved ones gaining weight, their loved ones being depressed, etc. So many things that they're telling me, but they're not willing to tell them. So we walk around all the time, allowing our family members, our loved ones, to be depressed, to be fat. So we'd rather see them having diabetes. You won. You got the job. After a few months in that job, you look around, I got the job. Start to back off. The clothes aren't out. You're not ready. Hit the snooze button. You don't get up on time anymore. You realize that you can still have this job and not be your best self. The interview you is gone. Your job is gone. You have your job, but the interview you is gone. So that's what I call my accountability mirror in my book. That's the real reality. So for me, I was lying to this, lying about that, so I had no starting point. Once you come face to face with who you are, you have a starting point. All right, I'm not real smart. I'm okay not liking to run, not liking to swim. I'm not gonna try to be a SEAL. I'm not gonna go to Ranger School. I'm not gonna try to, push these limits in ultra races. Your mentality just stays there with the blending in. If you look around the society right now, you can see them. They're blending in. Change your mentality and never blend in. It's the what if I can pull off a miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be?
And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if I can be that guy that people who called you're this and that, and now I'm speaking at Tom Ferry's event.
Having a depressed mindset so they can't find their best selves. We're willing to live with that. We're worried about them being upset with us. Let me tell you this, I'd rather someone hate me and get better than like me and stay the same. So in life, you got a decision to make. Don't have these sidebar conversations behind people's backs. Make sure you tell them that they can get better, that they can do better, and there's a way of doing it. Stay hard.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section below.